In the book of Genesis, we see that God calls and God creates. God created our world and is still creating in our world. And God calls Abraham and Sarah to follow, to leave their past behind, and to trust in God's promise and word to guide them forward. Now we are entering Exodus. The first part of Exodus declares who God is. God calls Moses from the burning bush and declares God's name, I am who I am. Throughout the story, God demonstrates what this means. God hears, listens, considers, and then acts. The second part of Exodus teaches us what it means to be God's people. God gets the people out of slavery, but then must get slavery out of the people. That's really significant. And that is significant for us today. Because God frees us from our sin, and yet we are drawn to sin. And God frees us again, and we're drawn back in. That is where God works in our lives. The thing is, we can forget what God has done for us. We can forget, but God always remembers. And that's key. That's key in all of our lives. For God remembers us. And God remembers and reminds us what God is and who God is in our lives. So enter the book of Exodus. I will have some verses for you to read and a few questions for you to answer. Please answer the questions and then return them to me in an email. Exodus, it's a great book of who God is.